Hello class, my name is DJ Nash and this is my submission for International Business class. The current international business environment I would like to brief this week is regarding an article published in Harvard Business Review, January-February issue, called Africa's New Generation of Innovators. With a young urbanizing population, abundant natural resources, and a growing middle class, Africa seems to have all the ingredients necessary for breakaway growth. A 2010 report by the McKinsey Global Institute forecasted that consumer spending on the continent would grow by 40% and GDP by $1 trillion from 2008 to 2020. Unfortunately, the article described the current state of affairs in Africa that is affecting multinational corporations. Major companies Barclays Bank, Coca-Cola, Cadbury, Eveready, and Saab Miller have either left or are preparing to leave after having become discouraged by its sheer difficulty. 4 obstacles have led to the frustrations that of multinational corporations exiting this emerging market. Most pervasive, perhaps, is the effect of corruption. The second obstacle is infrastructure, or the lack thereof. The third obstacle to multinationals' efforts to grow in Africa is the widespread skills shortage. Finally, the stagnated middle class has caused disappointment over its growth and size. Why do so many multinationals run up against long-standing obstacles to success in developing markets, whereas other multinational corporations and local entrepreneurs succeed? We believe the answer lies in the difference between push and pull investment. Push strategies are driven by the priorities of their originators and generate solutions that are imposed on markets and consumers. They carry with them large portion of their existing cost structure and operating style, and thus set prices at levels that limit market penetration. Most multinationals hope to achieve breakout growth by pushing current products onto emerging middle-class consumers. The strategy that wins in emerging markets diverges from this conventional approach in almost every respect. Pull strategies respond to needs represented in the struggles of everyday consumers. When innovators develop products that people want to pull into their lives, they create markets that serve as a foundation for sustainable growth and prosperity. The article explained that pull strategies driven by market creation innovators have been behind the migration from poverty to prosperity in Taiwan, South Korea, Singapore, and Hong Kong, the 4 Asian tigers, whose leading companies have consistently focused on low costs over high margins and on creating markets by targeting non-consumption. The Talaran Group in Nigeria provides a notable example of succeeding in emerging markets against the odds noted in this article that are causing multinational corporations to exit Africa. Perhaps the most beloved consumer product in Nigeria is also one of the humblest, Indomie instant noodles. The brand Indomie noodles, instant noodles, and Dufile Prama Foods, the Talaran company that produces it, are so well woven into Nigerian society that it might surprise Nigerians to recall that noodles are not among their traditional foods and that Talaran has operated in the country for less than 30 years. Sold in single-serving packets for the equivalent of less than 20 US cents, the brand enjoys near universal name recognition, maintains a 150,000-member fan club with branches in more than 3,000 primary schools, and sponsors Independence Day awards for heroes of Nigeria to celebrate the accomplishments of exemplary Nigerian children. Instead of focusing on the demographics that conventional wisdom suggested, the Talaran Group focused on assembling a business model that would allow them to create a market. The decision to target the needs of typical Nigerians compelled Talaran to make long-term investments in the country. In 1995, to control the costs of its operations, it shifted noodle manufacture to Nigeria. To do so, Talaran had to pull infrastructure into its operations. Talaran is in the education business as well, recruiting top graduates of Nigerian schools and pulling needs skills through company-provided training. Where some multinationals might push extra expatriates into emerging market assignment, Talaran pulls its leaders for Africa from Africa. To get its products to market, Talaran had to integrate its operations both forward and backward. Wherever they identified product leakage, they pulled honesty into the business through forward integration. The Talaran Group example demonstrates the most challenging and the most essential trait shared by the market-creating innovators is their ability to target non-consumption, to sense the unmet needs that potential customers struggle to satisfy, and to develop solutions and business models that can meet them. The article goes on to finding opportunities in non-consumption. I encourage anyone studying international business to read this article.